Yo, what's good everybody? It's your girlfriend Trinella here, and today I'm going to be playing a Namibia Oman 50-50 map. And I'm also going to put a counter in the top left corner with how many times I get Namibia or Oman right in a row. So not necessarily looking for a 5 key here, just trying to get the right country. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Okay, and because we're playing on no move pan zoom, we don't have the truck meta, so this is just going to be vibes. Because I think it might be easier to tell Namibia Oman apart if we have the truck. I feel like with the yellow outer lines, I'm like leaning Namibia. I'm maybe thinking more northern, so that's gonna be my first guess. Okay, we were in Namibia. We were a lot more east though, kind of like above Botswana. So that is okay. That is one for our counter, and let's keep going. Okay. No road, very gravelly, red-ish dirt. 2025 coverage. I'm gonna go with Oman because of how flat it is, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, it was Namibia, so that's the streak broken already, but let's keep going. Okay. We have a white blur at the bottom we can see, kind of gravelly dirt, red-ish again. We see mountains in the background. I feel like maybe this feels like more like Namibia, so I'm gonna go in the middle. Okay, nice. We were in Namibia. Okay, this feels a little bit different. It's like gray and rocky versus like red and rocky. A lot more hilly and a lot more like of these like bushes on the side of the road. I'm gonna go Oman because it's so different from the past couple locations we've had in Namibia. Let's see. Okay, nice. Okay, we've got yellow outer line. We can see a little bit of the back of the truck, which is white. We've got red and gray dirt, kind of like on the side of the roads, lots of patches of grass and some of these hills. I feel like this feels more like Namibia to me because of the yellow outer line, so I'm gonna go in the middle again. Okay, no, we were in Oman. Alright, so this is gonna be more difficult than I thought. I think we had a streak of 2 in that first round, but let's keep going and keep learning and trying to get the vibes of the countries right. Alright. Alright, back of the truck, reddish dirt, rocky. I feel like this is more Oman, because maybe this reminds me of like, I don't know what it reminds me of, but I feel like it feels more like Oman than Namibia to me. Okay, nice. So we have one. Alright, so we have kind of flatter like hills in the background, or I'm not even sure if they're called hills, but we can kind of see them all around the left and the right on either side of the road. No outer lines, no truck visible, lots of like bushes and dry vegetation. I'm going to go Oman, but I'm not sure here. Okay, it was Namibia. Alright, we've got a white center line maybe in the middle of the road. With this pole over here, a lot of like flat land, but then like it's slightly hilly we can see on the right. Lots of rocks. I think that it might be Namibia. I'm gonna go near the Botswana border. Okay, it is Oman. So we're not doing too hot at the start of this. We're here to learn the vibes, so that is okay, and let's keep going. Okay, very, very, very flat. Almost no hills or like vegetation in sight. That makes me think more Oman than it does Namibia, so I'm gonna go there. Okay, nice. Alright, so this dirt is very red and very hilly. I want to say it feels more like Namibia with a white blur in the back of the truck too. I'm gonna go kind of in this section above Botswana. Okay, so we were in Namibia and we did get the right country, but we were just all the way in the south, so definitely something to study in the future is Namibia region guessing because of how large the country is. So we got 1.3k there. That is okay. We got the right country, which is what we're aiming for today, and we got a similar score as last time. Okay, we have paved road, white dash middle, Very flat on both sides. Kind of we see white architecture in the background, white buildings, grayish dirt over here, patches of grass throughout. I want to go Oman because maybe the architecture reminds me more of Oman than like Namibia, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, nice. All right, well, this one's easy, I think, because I'm pretty sure that's the Oman flag on the left there, but we still have this white dash middle, these kind of like palm-like trees, and yeah, I think we're pretty safe to go in Oman. Okay, nice. Okay, so we have white outer lines, but we have 3 yellow lines in the middle, maybe separating from the other side of the highway. We've got kind of these like rocky hills slash mini mountains. I want to say Namibia here because I know road lines that are common in like Botswana, South Africa, Lesotho, and Eswatini are these like tripled road lines in the middle, and that's what these 3 yellow lines are making me think of. But I'm not entirely sure, so I'm gonna go kind of southern in Namibia, and we'll see. Okay, it was just Amman, so we were incorrect there. Okay, yellow outer lines, white long middle line, rocky hills. Um, I want to say this feels like more like Oman than Namibia to me. Okay, nice. We definitely take those. Ooh, okay. This is the first time we've seen like more green vegetation in any of the locations. So we have yellow outer lines, white dash middle, and lots of green grass on the side, and like bushes and short trees. So I want to say it's Namibia. I'm gonna go maybe up here near the national park. All right, awesome. That was probably our best guess I think we've had of any round so far. So we got in this like little green part of Namibia. Very cool. All right, 14K, really good score there. Trying to get a better Namibia Oman 50-50 streak. So let's keep playing and keep learning. Okay, yellow license plate. A little bit of the back of the truck showing very like square housing. I want to say this feels more like Oman with like the yellow license plate and like the square houses. So I'll go here. Okay, nice. 4.6. All right. Very, very flat. Like it could not be flatter. Yellow outer lines, white dash middle. Got kind of like patches of these like grass things on the left and almost no vegetation on the right. But yellow outer lines. Why does that make me want to go Namibia? But because it's so flat, I kind of want to go Oman. I guess that is the 50-50. Because of the flatness, I want to go Oman. I just feel like it's a little too flat to be Namibia, but I'm not sure. Okay, I'm glad I stuck with my gut there because we got the right country. Ooh, no move hand zoom. We're kind of just in the middle of a desert, a dirt road, if you will. All right, so we're not on a road, but it's reddish dirt, rocky mountains. What kind of coverage has not road, but rocky mountains and red dirt? Does it seem more like Namibia or Oman? We see in the background here on the left kind of these like tan slash cream colored like square cubular buildings, and a little bit of the white blur at the back of the truck. I want to say this feels more like Oman because of the building architecture. So I'm going to go there. Okay, cool. We got that right. All right, so this is different. We've got a road this time. Yellow license plate, black and yellow striped dashes on the actual sidewalk itself. We're driving on the right side of the road and yellow license plate and all these palms. So I think we're in Oman because of all these clues together. So let's see. Okay, nice. We are really near Sohar. We've had a lot of locations near Sohar, so I wonder how concentrated the coverage is in this map, like towards that area, or if there's just not as many like locations in like the southern half of Oman. Okay, This is super, super flat. Lots of like gravelly rocks on the side of the road. Kind of a red-gray mix for the dirt. I see almost no vegetation, like very few trees or something on the back left here, but nothing distinctive. I think because of how flat it is, I do have to go Oman. But I'm not sure here. So I'm going to go in the middle of the country. Okay, we did get it right. All right, 19K, definitely our best score so far. Let's keep going and see if we can increase that streak for the Namibia Oman 50-50. Okay, we've got lots of these like bushes on either side. It's kind of like a gravelly road, and then these poles that have 3 like markers or things at the top, a little triangle thing under. I want to say this feels more like Namibia to me, but I don't know why. So I'm gonna go Namibia. Okay, we're in Oman, so that is the end of that streak, but that is okay because we're here to learn and just try to get the vibes of both countries right. Okay, yellow outer, white dash middle. Whitish, reddish sand. Very little hills on the left and the right. It feels more like Namibia, I think, so I'm gonna go near the middle. Okay, it was Oman. Okay, so we've got these kind of trees that are like short, but they have like a flat top. So I think those remind me of like trees more in like Africa. So I want to say it's like southern Namibia. Okay, it was just Oman. Yellow outer lines, white dash middle. And then we have mountains in the back. Very, very flat though. Surely this time it will be Namibia. Hopefully. Okay, nice. Okay, this time we're not on a road. So reddish dirt, lots of patches of like little green grass, no hills in the background. But we see some like buildings very, very far in the distance, but nothing distinctive. What do I think here? Red dirt, flat, no architecture. I want to go in like Namibia, maybe like over here. Okay, it was Oman. All right, so that round was a bit of a stinker, but that is okay. Let's keep playing and see if we can increase that streak. Okay, yellow outer lines, white dash middle. We've got kind of these like thatched roofs. I don't know what like the name for it is, but like the like straw or whatever like architecture material is on the top. We have these trees that have like widespread like tops, but let's see. I think that this is Namibia. Okay, we were in the right country. We only got 1.6 there, but that does count towards our streak. Okay, so we're looking at a tree. Not much to go off of here because we don't have the road, we don't have the truck blur or anything, we can't move around. I think just solely based on like the house on the left, I want to go Namibia and not Oman. So I'm gonna go like a little bit north of the capital. Okay, nice. We were a lot more north, so we got the right country. We were a lot more north though, under Angola, kind of near the border. Okay, so we see a little bit of the back of the truck at the bottom, a little bit of white corners peeking out. Kind of got a like gravelly road on the left side, a big white wall, and then lots of like green on the right. So where do I think? Is it ever like up here in Oman or like in the very green area of like a national park? I want to go up here in Namibia because I feel like I'm leaning more towards here. Okay, it was Oman, so our streak ended there, but that is okay. Okay, we've got yellow outer lines, white dash middle, fairly flat, but we see a lot of trees in the background. And then we have these like white buildings here on the right side, and then like a white like 5-sided building here in the middle. Very blue and white sky. I want to go Namibia. Okay, nice. All right. Yellow outer lines, white dash middle. Trees. I think this is Namibia again. Okay, nice. And a kind of decent-ish region guess. Okay, yellow outer, white middle, not broken. And we've got kind of these, like, it looks like a black and white, like, square in the middle. I don't know what that's for. Maybe it's just so people don't, like, cross over. I don't know what that means. But we got these poles with, like, 3 coils on the top. We've got kind of these, like, rocky-ish small hills on the left side. Low-key reminds me of, like, a Lesotho mountain a little bit. So I'm leaning more towards Namibia than I am Oman. So I'm gonna go there. Okay, it was Oman, but that is okay. Okay, yellow license plate, palms. I think this is an easy Oman. All right, nice. We got the wrong side of the country though, but we got the right country. I think when we see like the license plate and more vegetation, easier to determine between the two countries, but when it's very like sandy, like flat landscape, harder to see that 50-50. That's what at least I'm learning from this video. Okay, we've got black pavement, white dash middle, reddish dirt on both sides, kind of bushy like vegetation on both, but they're not really super green. I think this feels more like Namibia to me. I'll go more north. Okay, we got the right country, just the wrong side of the country, but that is okay. Okay, I feel like we've had either this location or maybe a similar location on the same road before. White, reddish mixture of dirt. Kind of these like purple brown bushes. I know those are just like the branches that don't have like leaves on them anymore. I want to say Namibia. Okay, nice. 4.2 though. That's also really good region guess. I'm like low-key trying to region guess a little bit in both of the countries because beyond just like getting like a good streak and getting a feel for differentiating the two countries, I want to get better at guessing a correct area since both countries are so large. So this is helping me to just like be better at like game sense in general, but also to just like get vibes for different regions of each country. All right, so we've got this like smokestack thing in the back, no outer lines, white dash middle maybe. These poles with like 3 stacks of coils. What do I think it is? And then is this the front of the truck or the back of the truck? Because I think we're on the left. Rockier mountains. I want to go... What do I think here? I think this is in the mid... No. Oman? Yeah, I'm going to go Oman. Okay, right country there. So we were right. 9K. Not a great score overall, but hopefully we're getting a better streak than our last time. So we're going to keep going and keep learning. All right, like kind of like a white gravelly path in the middle. Reddish white dirt on both sides of the road. We've got bushes with no vegetation or like leaves on them. We have these poles that are like flat, and I think those are birds on top and not coils. Kind of rocky on the side of the road also, and small hills. And this looks like the blur, like a white blur of the back of the truck, but there's not really sides of the road, so I can't tell if we're on the left or right. What do I think here? I want to go Oman. Let's see. Okay, it was Namibia, so that is okay. That is the end of our streak there. We've got, I don't know what color outer lines, but white middle line, gray, red dirt on both sides. We've got these mountains on the left that are like mountainous hills that are kind of like triangular, but a lot of like small peaks. I think this feels more like Oman. Nope, it was Namibia. Okay, yellow outer lines, very green vegetation compared to other coverage we've seen today. We've got white middle, like one solid line and one white dash line. So I think that means Namibia. Oh my god. And if only I guessed on the road too. We got 4.9. Okay. That was a really good guess there. Okay, yellow outer, white dash middle, reddish dirt, lots of bushes on the sides of the road. I think this feels more like Namibia. Okay, nice. Yellow outer, white dash middle, reddish dirt on the side of the road, kinda hilly mountains on each side. Maybe it's Namibia again, more southern. Okay, nice. 3.8. All right. So a bit of a rough start for that round, but we got a couple in a row at the end. So I think we're going to give it one more shot at this map and see if we can learn any more about the Namibia Oman 50-50 vibes. Okay. So I think I see a yellow license plate in the back, and I think we're on the right side of the road based on the car that's following us. And we have this like grayish gravel on both sides of the road. We see kind of like very like white/cream architecture on the right side. This one building here, very like cubular shaped. So I want to go Oman. Okay, nice. Okay. We do not have any outer lines here, but we have palms. We have this unique road which looks like these like squiggly like brick stone pavement things, kind of all woven together, really cool. But because of the palms, I'm thinking Oman and not Namibia, because I don't think those palms are, yeah, I just think the palms like feel more like Oman to me. Okay, so here's the thing. The vibes were not right there, but that is okay. We're kind of on the border with Angola again, so maybe something that I could learn in the future is the different vegetation that is super common in Namibia and Oman, because I thought those palms looked more like Oman to me, but I was wrong. So definitely something to note down for the future. Okay. Yellow outer, white dash middle, reddish dirt, kind of hazy coverage. We can see a bus on the right side of the road. So if they're on the right, but they're going forward, we're on the right going forward, I think it's Oman because of like how flat and red the dirt is. So I'm gonna go more southern here. Okay, nice. All right, we see a little tiny bit of the back of the truck here, like a small white corner. We have these like palms here and like rocky mountains. What coverage would that be? Is this ever like the Angola border, kind of like we've seen in previous rounds before? It might be. I'm gonna go there. Nope. It was the Oman. It was in Oman, but it was near the UAE border. So we were near some sort of border, but completely wrong country, and that is okay. So we've got yellow outer lines. Kind of can't really see if there's like a dash in the middle, or maybe they're white outer lines with like reddish dirt. We've got these poles on the right side with like 3 coils. Got these like white rocky hill mountains and very sparse like green vegetation on each side. Can we get this last round right? I want to go Namibia here, and hopefully we can end on a win. Okay, we did not end on a win, but that is okay. Thank you so much for watching this video of me trying to do a Namibia Oman 50-50 map. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments. I'll also be linking the map in the description so you can try it out yourself. Don't forget to subscribe to French Vanilla, and have a great day!